Picture a modern-day mystery, a story of absolute master-level deception. Imagine a superstar, someone who captured the attention of the entire world and promised them a life of untold riches. And then she orchestrated the single greatest vanishing act in modern financial history. Welcome to The Explainer. She stood on that stage exactly like a rock star. Thousands of people in the crowd screaming, cheering, absolutely hanging on to her every single word. She knew exactly how to command a room, and she promised them one simple, captivating thing. She was going to make them rich. And then, one day, she just completely vanished. But you see, she didn't leave empty-handed. $4 billion gone. And we are not talking about corporate hedge funds here. This was taken straight from the pockets of everyday people. Part 1. The Crypto Queen. Selling the Dream. Her name was Ruja Ignatova, and she positioned herself perfectly as a visionary. The absolute genius who was destined to crush Bitcoin. You look at her resume, and it's flawless. A PhD education, she spoke with absolute, terrifying authority. She lived this lavish, billionaire lifestyle. So, in 2014, when she launched OneCoin and told the world it was the future of money, the world actually believed her. Because Ruja wasn't just selling some complex piece of technology, she was selling a dream. Picture the scene at her events. Blinding bright lights, pounding music, a massive concert-like atmosphere. She'd strut onto the stage in these flowing designer dresses, diamonds shining under the spotlights, projecting this intoxicating, unbreakable confidence. This was her exact pitch to the audience. Listen to this. This is your chance. This is how you escape poverty. This is how you become rich. It was a masterclass in psychological manipulation, directly targeting the deepest, most desperate hopes of vulnerable people. And the trap? It worked flawlessly. This operation didn't just stay local. It went completely global. Millions of people jumped in. The United States, Europe, Asia, Africa. People were cashing in their life savings. They were taking out massive loans just to buy in. The money flooded into her accounts at a terrifying speed. Part 2. Cracks in the empire. The missing pieces. Now, eventually, financial experts started looking past the bright lights. They looked past the diamonds, and they started asking one glaringly obvious question. Where is the blockchain? Show us the transactions. Where is the actual underlying technology? You see, real cryptocurrency is built on a few core principles: absolute transparency, public records that anyone can see, and hard mathematical proof. But OneCoin, it had literally nothing. No real blockchain, no proof, just a flashy, well-designed website and a mountain of fake promises. But despite that glaring lack of proof, people just ignored the warnings. And the psychology behind this is genuinely tragic. They were already in too deep. They had committed their life savings to this woman, and they simply refused to believe that they were the victims of a scam. Then we hit October of 2017, and the timeline takes a chilling turn. Ruja had a highly anticipated meeting scheduled, but she failed to show up. No message, no excuse, no explanation whatsoever. She vanished completely, gone without a single trace. What followed was a systematic, rapid collapse. Her brother frantically took over, desperately trying to keep the grand illusion alive. But the authorities had finally closed in. They started tearing the entire operation apart from the inside, and the absolute truth finally came spilling out. The truth was devastating. The whole shebang was fake. There was no groundbreaking cryptocurrency. There was no mining. There was zero real value. OneCoin was nothing more than a massive, ruthlessly calculated Ponzi scheme. And the human cost of this fraud? It literally cannot be overstated. When the empire crashed, the fallout was absolutely brutal. Investors lost everything they had. Families were torn apart. Generational savings wiped out in the blink of an eye. Her brother and the key insiders were arrested. The music had finally stopped. But what about Ruja, the so-called crypto queen herself? Well, to this day, she remains one of the FBI's most wanted fugitives. And the theories surrounding her disappearance are endless. Some investigators think she changed her face entirely with plastic surgery. Others suspect she was murdered by the very organized criminals she got into bed with. And some firmly believe she is still out there, alive, hiding in plain sight, sitting on billions of dollars in stolen cash. Part 3.
The ultimate illusion, investing belief.
Look, this explainer is about much more than just one fake coin. It is a dark, stark lesson in human nature. These victims, they didn't just invest their hard-earned money. They invested their belief. And that right there, that is the true engine of a multi-billion-dollar fraud. Because the most dangerous scams in the world, they don't look like scams at all. They look exactly like incredible opportunities. So I want to leave you with a lingering thought. The next time someone promises you easy money, the next time a charismatic, confident leader claims they hold the golden key to your future, take a step back and ask yourself, is it real? Or is it just another carefully crafted illusion? Because as we've seen, sometimes the biggest frauds look exactly like success.